without a doubt, once he gets in here, and obviously has already a great rapport with Dwayne. So it's a natural pick for us.
How much did that relationship factor into this decision? When we spoke to him a few minutes ago, he said Dwayne was going to lobby on his behalf.
Yeah, I didn't hear from Dwayne, but I know that they get along great at the pro day this year, and you could see him just communicating and the work that Terry puts in. I mean, he runs every route like it's his last route. Works extremely hard. Obviously, Dwayne has a lot of confidence in him. He has a lot of confidence in Dwayne, and it's a good natural fit.
Doug was saying that you guys needed a go-to wide receiver. Do you think that he has the potential to be that kind of guy?
Well, it's a little early for that, but he's got obviously the potential. That's what we're looking for. But really, you're talking about an all-around player. That's why we like him so much. He's a guy that is great in the locker room. He's been a captain, leader, sets the standard as far as work ethic's concerned. So I think eventually he could grow into that. But we have some good receivers here still. I think with Paul Richardson becoming healthy, he'll be a bigger factor this year. Obviously, Josh Doxson is fourth year. I know that people are looking for more from him. Trey Quinn's coming back. Cam Sims is coming back. JU's here. So we have some receivers in-house that are going to push the envelope and try to be that go-to guy, not to mention Jordan Reed, Vernon Davis, and Chris Thompson.
For both McLaren and for Dwayne Haskins, too, how important was that pro day? Did it turn out to be there? And what did you kind of get out of it from both those players?
I got a lot out of it, really. Just watching Dwayne throw the ball and how he interacts with his teammates and the accuracy that he possessed at that pro day and the quickness he gets the ball out. A lot of people think he's a big, long delivery guy with slow feet, but at the pro day you can see he has quick feet. He can quicken up his drop. He can quicken up his release, which is exciting, and he's very accurate. And then watching Terry run around, when you watch him on tape, you don't necessarily see that blazing speed, but when you watch him in person, you feel it. And he can run, and like I said, he was taking every route. Paris Campbell went down on that pro day early, so they kind of got a little flustered with who was going to run what. Terry just jumped in and ran extra routes for him and never batted an eye. So two great guys, two great players.
Did that pro day kind of cinch the decision to pick Haskins in your mind or kind of rank him high on your board, or did it something later come with that more?
It helped, but it was just all part of the process. When you're talking about thinking about taking a quarterback, it's important to go check out some pro days. Our coaching staff, whoever it was, we kind of handled all the pro days of all the quarterbacks this year. Somebody was at all of them, obviously, and I think that played a big part of it.
Was there one last one, sorry. You have 5 more. Well, thank you. Sorry, I didn't realize.
What does it say about a guy when you see him, the way he plays special teams, the way he blocks and all that? When you see that, what does that tell you about a guy?
Tells you a lot about a guy, and not to mention his blocking outside on the perimeter and bubble screens, and he may not be getting the ball and getting the credit for it, but he's the one making them work. Paris Campbell had so many yards after the catch. A lot of those because he's leading the way for him, blocking the perimeter, safeties or corners or what have you. So very unselfish player. It goes a long way this day and age in football because it's going to be hard to cater to one guy all the time in this offense. We try to spread the ball around, and unselfishness is a very important part of being on this football team, and you got to do your job, and he does his job extremely well.
Jay, the idea of this team needing more speed last season came up a few times. The fact that you add McLaren now and Sweat yesterday, how much is that one specific trait kind of driving some of the choices here early?
Yeah, I think the way pro football is going, speed is the name of the game. We have some power up front, with our big guys, with Jonathan and Duran and Matt Ioannidis and Kerrigan, and then you have some people that can run. Adding Sweat's going to be a big help, hopefully, tomorrow. We'll add a couple more guys that can really run on defense and, maybe some more on offense. So very important this time to run. You see what people are doing on these bubble screens and jet sweeps and all that stuff. So running, pursuing to the football is a key element.
What goes into the decision to trade out of that last pick you guys had?
Well, I think the chance to get 2 players for one, really. I think we have a bunch of guys that are kind of clumped together right now that I think that, we lost a couple guys, but I think the ability to get another extra player was the key.
That's kind of what I was going to ask. So, are you guys kind of focused on, I guess, where does the shift go to now that you get into the final day and have kind of addressed, I guess, 3 of your bigger needs so far?
Yeah, well, Kyle and the rest of the staff have have made the board, and we're just going to go by the board. Obviously, we'll take a look at the positions we kind of want to focus on, but we don't want to just key in on one position if we think we need it. If there's a better player at another position, we'll take him. So I think it's very important to let the board do the talking for us because they put a lot of time and work into that thing, and the rankings are there for a purpose. So we'll have to go by that.
The question I was going to ask before was when did you when was the decision you think really solidified on Haskins? When did you guys really find him as the guy you really fell in love with?
When whoever picked in front of us didn't pick him, it was pretty much solidified. So, it's really hard, because you're sitting there and you want a guy, but you have to wait. It happens every year. So you can't trade up and get everybody. You won't have any picks left. So let's try to keep the picks that we had because we were able to get some more players without a doubt. But he was definitely targeted. You never really make your mind up on one guy because you have a tendency to get your heart broken when that guy gets picked and everybody goes in disarray. But we had a bunch of players in that spot ready to go, but obviously Dwayne was the number one guy there.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.